creative.
Creative opportunity yields creative output.
Creative.
Hello, Idaho's early childhood educators, as well as families of young children and advocates. My name is Coy Bowles. You might know me as a musician and a member of the Zac Brown Band, or a children's book author, or an education advocate whose focus is on literacy, early childhood education, and teacher appreciation. I wanted to take time to share with you a little bit about what my life is like. Let you see what my life is like as a musician and also as a person who's devoted the last 10 years of his life to help the education system in our country.
Telling a story is Coy's superpower.
A hard worker.
A super positive force.
Young and funny.
He doesn't want anybody to know it, but he does care.
When I grow up, I want to be Coy Bowles.
For real, describe Coy. No. What does Coy mean to you?
No.
Coy he's an unbelievable storyteller.
So this is basically my spot where I would stand and watch everything. So music's playing, we'll just stand here and watch Mudcat, Donnie McCormick, Oliver Wood, Sean Costello, Zyda Funk, the Breeze Kings. Everybody was a big part of me being who I am right now as a musician.
I absolutely believe him playing at Northside Tavern definitely set him up. He does great on the stage.
That scene was such a just breeding ground. It was like, you need a scene like that to create music.
I'm probably the best musician you know. I'm great friends with Chris Hemsworth. I can tap dance.
Tender.
Loving, verbose.
Awesome. Funny.
No competition.
Joy.
Dude.
Real answer is I am a small town boy from Georgia. Two amazing kind of hippie parents that I was raised by in Thomaston, Georgia. Started hanging out with the Zac Brown Band guys. Ended up becoming a part of the Zac Brown Band. Learned a lot about life, and I have a wife and a lovely daughter, and I'm about to have another daughter any day now.
He grew up in a small town in Georgia. It may have been like a dream to get to this at some point, but did he ever really think it was going to happen? Probably not.
A huge influence on me creatively is this guy named Donnie McCormick, who was kind of like the godfather of Northside Tavern.
I feel the same way about Donnie that Coy does, I'm sure. He was sort of the unspoken father of that scene. He was just the epitome of cool, and he was also the epitome of like a real artist. Like, he didn't give a crap about anything but that moment that he was singing on stage.
I started hanging out with him for probably 5 years before he passed away. And he was an artist, a painter, a poet, a drummer, a singer. He just did everything. And so once I started hanging out with him, I decided that I want to be creative in all forms of my life. So I said, whatever opportunity that I think strikes next, I'm going to pursue it.
Like a doer. Like, he just has an idea and he does it. Apply that philanthropically like he does these days and write kids' books, and it's awesome.
He writes these stories that genuinely connect with children. That's the thing that people don't know about Coy, is he's just such a softie and such an incredible heart.
The idea of writing a book and giving it to somebody and using the success to kind of help kids out was where it all kind of came together and made sense for me.
I'm gonna live like tomorrow never
I love Coy. As a friend, I'm very proud of him.
He is just the darnest coolest guy I've ever met in my life.
He's a talented musician.
He's just a lot of fun.
He has so much heart.
Very kind and very, very loving.
He is a very energetic, creative guy.
Coy is like one of my little brothers.
I think he's incredibly appreciative and thankful for all that he's been blessed with, for sure.
You only get one chance to live, and there's so many people that would do anything to be in my place, to be in a band that has this kind of success and gets to play at this level. And so to me, there's a little bit of a responsibility and maximize my impression on people in a positive way. Because I would hate to look back on my dying day or anything and go, wow, I was just kind of in a band, instead of being in a band and taking advantage of all the stuff that you could affect people with, you know? So I take it really seriously. So I strongly believe that I was put on earth to share my creativity by writing books, sharing my stories, and playing and writing music to help kids. And as a member of the Zac Brown Band, I have been so blessed. And I decided over a decade ago that I wanted to use my platform to create content and bring awareness to the early childhood education arena. I wanted to really shine a light on how important it is to engage young children from birth through 5 years old in quality learning experiences, including positive interactions that support social emotional growth and development. These experiences can be found or created anywhere, at home, in the park, at the grocery store, by visiting libraries, not just in early learning programs. It is all about promoting curiosity, imagination, language, vocabulary development, early literacy, and the simple joy of learning. After writing my first 3 children's books, I was approached by the state of Georgia to write a book for their pre-K week. They would go out to an astonishing 85,000 kids in the state of Georgia, and all I could think of is, what do you say to 85,000 kids? So I thought about it for a long time and decided that if I could give any lesson to a kid, it would be to use your creativity. I feel like every successful person that I met along my journey uses their creativity in some way. And as I began the writing process, I went back to my first real memories of using my imagination and that feeling of adventure and possibility that it gave me as a child. And I was immediately transported to the little red door of the playroom at my Aunt Millie's house. She was the most fun and incredible person to be around. And in her house, she actually had this cutout of this tiny little red door that you had to kneel down and crawl through, and it led you to this gigantic playroom with towering furniture and toys everywhere, and had such a big effect on me. And as a child, this little red door seemed like a portal to anywhere and anything. So without further ado, come with me behind the little red door. Behind the Little Red Door, written by Coy Bowles, that's me, and illustrated by Joanna Davidovich. She's an awesome illustrator. So if we look here, this is Pico. He's the main character. And then we have Millie and Keely, and then we have the Little Red Door, which is kind of like a sub-character. What's behind the little red door? The one in the corner next to the floor. There's a world in there I'd love to explore. What's behind the little red door? I wonder if it's a place to store small boxes, or does it open up to a field of red flying foxes? Whoa, look at the flying foxes. If I use my imagination, it could be anything. There could be dancing frogs and ducks that sing, and the bees would buzz, but they wouldn't sting. Everything in there could be big and blue, like a big blue fish with big blue shoes, or a big blue moose reading big blue news. Maybe it's silly behind the little red door with silly vegetable dinosaurs, like a Tomatosaurus Rex or a broccoli raptor, and I could play songs that they would clap for. Or it might be a room that's upside down and everything on the ceiling is now on the ground. Look, you can turn the book upside down. Whoa. Perhaps it's a door to outer space with moons and planets and stars we can chase. Look how fun those rockets look. Does it smile and have feelings just like me? Like me, does it skip and climb every tree and run on the sand and swim in the sea? I'll say hello and we can be friends. Then our adventures will never end. So let's count to 4 and open the door. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's behind the little red door? I don't know. What is it? Whoa! What kind of world do you want to explore? Wow, you can see Pico, and you can see the bees buzzing, and the foxes are flying around, and there's Millie reading news with the big blue moose, and the frogs are jumping. There's the blue fish, and there's the dog from outer space, and we got a carrot flying around like a veggie dinosaur. And there's Keely playing her guitar for people. Wow. Thank you so much for reading my book, Behind the Little Red Door, with me. That book is so special to me, and I wanted to share something that I'm so excited about. Over the last 2 years, I have really used it as a catalyst in furthering my exploration into the creativity and social emotional learning area. Several years ago, I went to NAEYC and I met the incredible people at Lakeshore Learning, and I can honestly say that my life has not been the same since. And we partnered and spent 2 years putting all of our heart and soul into creating the Behind the Little Red Door Social Emotional Learning Kit. We created this as a way to spark creativity through social emotional growth, and we left no stone unturned when it came to creating its content. I'm going to show you some of the coolest things that are in it. Behind the Little Red Door Social Emotional Kit for sparking creativity for social emotional growth. So it comes with the book. It comes with a set of books about emotions, so you can understand those. It comes with this really cool carrying pouch with all these pieces that the Red Door puppet fits into. So the Red Door story puppet is pretty awesome. You can change the emotional faces on the outside of it. So if a kid is not sure how they feel, then you can ask them to take it and play with it and see if they can come up with how they feel. Or you might be able to help them. So if they feel like, say, sad, then you would be able to say, "Is this how you feel?" And there's other emotions like they could feel angry, or they could know that they could feel angry and they can go back to being happy if they want to. So another cool thing is inside of it, there's these places that you can go. So there's all kinds of different places. So there's outside, and I think there's like 7 or 8 different places you can go, but space is one that I chose to show you guys. So you could take these, it turns into a storyboard. So you can take Pico and his teacher, and you can say that they want to go to outer space, right? But they can use either a rocket to get there, or they could use a super magical chair that allows them to travel into outer space. So you can get very creative and imaginative with it. So the coolest thing else is there's some puzzles in here, and toys and some other things. I'm not going to tell you guys everything that's in here because you got to check it out. But here's the thing that's the most important to me. If this storyboard puppet of the red doll is able to help one single kid who doesn't know how to use his words and tell somebody how he feels, is possibly going through something or suffering, or wanting to learn how to go through emotions in a proper way, if he can go up to a teacher or can get this, and a teacher can help him and tell him that he feels or she feels sad or scared, and a teacher can, or a parent or somebody who cares, can help them get back to this if possible. That's all I care about, man. I just want this kit to change and make a difference in kids' lives in a way to where they can understand the emotions that they're going through, because God knows they're going to be going through a lot with what's going on in the world today. And it comes with curriculum cards. The lyrics to the songs are on the back. There's different activities that you do through each day, and there's materials that go along with them and objectives and all this stuff. So I'm so excited about this coming out. Music for Tiny Humans. This shows you how much detail I went into this whole kit in specific. The last song is called Lie Down. It's a nap song. The CD is capable of holding 74 minutes of music, right? So the CD itself has about 40 minutes of music on it. So when this song came, I was like, what if we filled the remaining amount of time of the CD with white noise? So this song doesn't just end, it goes into like 30 minutes of white noise. That is how specific I got when it comes to this thing, because I have a 2 and a 3-year-old, and I know when the music stops, they'll kind of pop back up. So I got some white noise in there for you too. I am very, very excited about my partnership with Lakeshore Learning and this social emotional kit that we have created. I think that its spirit and content is needed now more than ever. If it helps one kid and changes their life for the better, then I will feel like my work is a total success. But hopefully it will help many, many kids make a big difference. That's my dream. And that is only possible with educators like yourself taking an interest in my work, and for that I am forever grateful. Just know that I'm always a resource to the early childhood education system. And I could not thank you guys enough for believing in me, and also for this community as a whole to open their arms and embrace me wholeheartedly like they have. It's been the coolest adventure, and I have met the best people that I've ever met in my life in this industry. So before I go, I thought I would leave you all with some tunes that I just wrote for my newest children's album called Music for Tiny Humans. I hope you have a great time, and check this out. We're all in this together. You be the sun and I'll be the weather. You be the hat and I'll be the feather. You be the glove and I'll be the leather. We're better when we're in it together. We're all in this, we're all in this together. yarn, I'll be the sweater. You be the cheese, I'll be the cheddar. We're better when we're in it together. We're all in this, we're all in this together. We're all in this, it's better when we're in it together. Sometimes I wanna be left alone. Sometimes it feels like there's no one home. It always feels so much better when we're in it together. You be the number and I'll be the letter. You be the ruler and I'll be the measure. You be always and I'll be forever. We're better when we're in it together. Oh, you be right now and I'll be whenever. You be the lever and I'll be the lever. You can be you and I'll be whoever. We're better when we're in it together. We're all in this, we're all in this together. We're all in this, it's better when we're in it together. Sometimes I wanna be left alone. Sometimes it feels like there's no one home. It always feels so much better when we're in it together. When we're in it together. Yeah, that's cool. We're all, what? You wanna take it to the beach? Let's take it to the beach. Day in, day out, life is the same. You get so comfortable, then there's change. There's routines and patterns, all these things matter. Then there's change, and it's scattered. All of a sudden, things aren't the same. Is it real or is it a game? They say, one foot in front of the other. I say, I'm scared, let's run for cover. Even though I seem so young, I'm a bird with wings. Learning to fly can be the hardest thing. Every little thing you taught me, every lesson I learn. When I'm lost and lonely, I will find my way. I'm coming home. I'm ready for anything. I'm on my own. I'm ready for anything. Whoa, 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 whoa. We go up and up, down and down. It's a big old world, we going round and round. There's good times and bad times, things come and go. Nothing stays the same, don't you know? All of a sudden it's upside down. Should I smile or should I frown? They say, one foot in front of the other. I say, but there's a whole world to discover, don't you know? Even though I seem so young, I'm a bird with wings. Learning to fly can be the hardest thing. Every little thing you taught me, every lesson I learn. When I'm lost and lonely, I will find my way. I'm coming home. I'm ready for anything. I'm on my own. I'm ready for anything. Whoa, 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 whoa. y'all, so hopefully I won't mess up. Feet don't fail me now, right? Awesome, safe.